So what's up, everybody? Um, I've had something on my heart for a while that I feel like I needed to share. Just didn't know how to share it, and I feel like it's the perfect time. I feel like I have what I need to share this. And it starts off with the word apocalypse. Um, that's what people are saying right now. It's the apocalypse. It's the end of the world. Um, and you know, you can't say yes and you can't say no. Because the word apocalypse, if you look it up just on Google, it says complete and final destruction of the world described in the Bible. As you can see, we're still here. And then there's a second definition. It says event involving destruction or damage on an awesome or catastrophic scale. So, like I said, again, we're still here. People keep saying it's the apocalypse because the world is ending. But that's not truly what the word apocalypse means. The word apocalypse in Greek actually has a different meaning. It means revelation. An unveiling or unfolding of things not previously known and which could not be known apart from the unveiling. So what unveiling do we have in this world now? You have the unveiling of racism. You have the unveiling of systematic oppression. There's the great unveiling to come with Jesus Christ. There's so many unveilings that are happening in our world today. And that's why I want to share this. So, actually, this first came to me when a brother in the Lord was sharing something that God had given him. Psalm 64. He read Psalm 64. If you read Psalm 64, it ties into everything about this apocalypse, about this unveiling. And I'm going to read a little bit to you, but I encourage you to read it yourself. It says, "Hear my voice, O God. In my complaint, guard my life from the terror of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel and conspiracy of the ungodly, from the scheming of those who do wrong." So, you see that the author here is asking them to protect them from conspiracies of a secret council. So why would you need protection from a secret council or conspiracies unless they were real? So yes, conspiracies are real. It's clearly stated here. And they're the ones from this secret council, those who are in the shadows, those who are in the dark, those who do not want to be revealed. Those are the real enemy. And even if you keep going in verse 5, it says they encourage themselves in their purest of an evil agenda. So we see that there's an evil agenda that they have. And it says they talk of laying snares secretly. They say, who will discover us? Again, it's that not wanting, it's that we're going to do what we want to do. We're going to carry out our evil plan and we will not be discovered. So this really right there just tells me, and along with the apocalypse, it's the unveiling, that the enemy is never going to be the person that is out there in your face. They're going to be the ones hiding in the dark. They're going to be the ones hiding in the shadows. They'll even hide amongst you and your friends sometimes. Those are the real enemies. Those ones that you wouldn't expect, or the ones who are just trying to hide. But like I said, it's a great unveiling. So there are things that are coming to the forefront, and we haven't seen everything yet because they're still in secret. And that's what this is saying. They really believe that what they're doing is gonna always stay wrapped up, and it will never be discovered. These people are wise and are cunning. Like the enemy, let's think of a movie. If you think of a movie, the bad guy is always a wise and cunning person. They're not the dumb people. They're not the ones who just put it out there. If they do put it out there, they put it out there at the end when they feel like they've already gotten away with it. But this is all just something about this great unveiling, about the unveiling, which is the real apocalypse. So I'm going to actually skip to 1 John 4. I'm gonna go, and it's 1 John 4, 1 and 6 you should read, but I'm gonna just focus on verse 5 and 6. Verse 5, it says, they who teach twisted doctrine are of the world and belong to it. Therefore, they speak from the viewpoint of the world with its immoral freedom. They call their freedom immoral, not righteous, but it's immoral. It's wrong. And baseless theories, demanding compliance with their opinions and ridiculing the value of the upright. So now it's telling us in verse 5 of 1 John 4, it's telling us that there's people out here that want you, that you have to comply to their way of life. And if you're not going to comply, we're going to ridicule you. We're going to make you look bad. We're going to make you look like the bad person. See, this is a way that they're trying to stay in hiding by making sure everybody is on the same page. That way they can hide amongst the people. And now, sorry. Hold on. So now if you keep going in verse 5, listen to this. This is where it really gets good. It says, demanding compliance with their opinions, ridiculing the value of the upright, and the gullible ones of the world listen closely and pay attention to them. It's literally sitting there saying the gullible people are sitting there paying attention to what these people are doing, and they're following what they're doing. I'm not trying to say, hey, the coronavirus is a conspiracy, but what I am saying is there's these people that are putting stuff on the media to make sure you're following the way things they want you to see, to make you're going by how they want you to live by. That you're living by the way they want you to live by. With the systematic oppression, they want you to, they got us out here thinking that it's not real. You know, you got people out here, they don't understand. Like, we know it's real, but they're trying to use all of these different things. And I'm not saying none of this is real. I'm not saying any of that, because all this, man, this stuff is wrong, and we all know it's wrong. But what I am saying, they're using these things. They're using these things to hide what's really going on. They're trying to hide what's really going on, because what ends up happening is, if we go back to Psalm 64, verse 7, it says, but God will shoot them with an arrow, unexpected arrow. Suddenly they will be wounded, so they will be caused to stumble. Their own tongues is against them, and all who gaze at them will shake the head in scorn. So this is telling us that these people who are in secret and in darkness believe that they're getting away with all of this, but they're going to get caught. And for all we know, they have already been caught. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to blow up all of this negative stuff that's really going on in our world, and they're just trying to blow it up in the media and make sure that it's in our face, that we don't really know what's going on. That's what they want to do. They got like all of this on the TV, like, you gotta worry about this is going on, and we're not worried about what's really going on. Do we even think about this the sex trafficking with the kids? What happened with that? Like, who are the people that got caught? You know, and are we really getting the real information of the people who got caught? Because remember, these people they're not about to let that information out. It might be the people that we love the most in this country, that we feel like our heroes, our icons, for all we know, that were part of this. But they're doing what they have to do to make sure this is hidden. They try to keep this under wraps because they got their own agenda. But God is the one who's going to come through and save us. God is the one who's going to make sure, like, hey, look, these people are stumbling. And it says, then all men will fear God's judgment. They will declare the works of God, and they will consider and wisely acknowledge what he has done. So there's gonna be a great awakening. That's the great unveiling. That's the real apocalypse. It's the unveiling, like, oh, they've been doing this whole time. But God gotta be real, because he's the only one, he's the true superhero that can stop the true villains. And going back to, I said I want to focus on verse 5 and 6. Going back to verse 6, it says, we who teach God's word are from God's and are from God, and whoever knows God listens to us, and and has a deeper understanding of Him. So we have a deeper understanding that we know that God is really in control. Whoever is not of God does not listen to us. By this we know, without at all any doubt, the spirit of truth motivated by God, and the spirit of error motivated by Satan. So we gotta have that. We have those who believe. Those who believe had this understanding of what God is doing, and those who believe have a real understanding of what's going on. That these things have to come, because in the end, the very last verse in Psalm 64 says, verse 10: "The righteous will rejoice in the Lord and take refuge in Him. All the upright in heart will glory and offer praise." So that is the great unveiling. You see that you see man sitting there saying, keep me from the conspiracy, knowing that there's people in the shadows and darks conspiring against the world. These people are turned over to their wicked ways and caught up, and they're still trying to hide what they're doing, all in the end for God to get the victory and God to get the glory, and we'll be there to receive God's glory. So that's what I had to share with you all. I hope this message is able to help you out and encourage you in any form of way. Peace.